Greetings. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. I'm the Moon Mama. How are y'all doing today? Well, I am feeling I am feeling on fire. I feel like I have such clarity about what I'm up to and how to get where I want to go. Because the moon is in Aries, and we will talk about that in a few minutes. But first, I want to say happy Tuesday. Tuesday's a day governed by Mars. And before I talk about Mars and Taurus, which is a really significant shift that we are having right now because it is conjunct Uranus. So we are literally turning a different direction. But before I talk about that, I want to encourage you to sign up. The class starts Thursday, Rebirthing Your Authentic Self. Let me tell y'all. Let me say this. Sales is not something that I love because we live in a capitalistic society. And so I have an internal resistance to it. And I also know that I run a business and that what I offer is deeply transformational. So sometimes I'm not sure how to really market things because I don't, it's like snake salesman for me. Like, I don't like that. But so I just want to say that so that you guys aren't hearing that underneath my what I'm sharing with you. So this class, Rebirthing the Authentic Self, Becoming Your God Image, is really designed to help us fully activate our feminine, mystical, blueprinted power. Now, when I say feminine, that doesn't mean this class is specifically for women, because it's not, but women will definitely benefit from it because oftentimes we are the ones who are functioning in our masculine energy, which means that we are too outwardly functioned, which oftentimes means that we have some internal blocks that keep us from feeling safe inside of ourselves, which is where the feminine power is sourced, so that we can actually begin to function that way, function from the inside out. And when we learn how to do that, we'll change our reality. So this is what this class is going to teach, because many of us, our God image is the embodiment of the feminine, because the feminine is the primordial force of the universe, which everything is created from. But if we don't put the feminine in its rightful place internally, subconsciously, in our actions, in our daily lives, if we don't understand how we are using these energies, then we are misusing these energies. We are always using them, but we're likely currently misusing them. So if you feel stuck in your life, if you don't know how to really get yourself forward, if you can't really get clear about what you want or what you don't want, if you aren't able to harness your power and create directly through, not through manifesting, but through creating, then this class is for you. We start on Thursday. I'm super excited. It's a year-long class, and my intention is that you commit for the entire year, because it takes a year to really begin to get our mindsets. It really takes 2.5 years, honestly, to get our mindsets in a new way of being. It takes 2.5 years to create a really clear new pattern. And the reason I know that is because of astrology, and I understand where the cycles are, right? So I encourage you to sign up. Okay, so Mars is in Taurus, and today is a Mars day. Mars is the planet of our embodiment, and Mars was retrograde half of last year in Aries, which gave us this new energy, this new power, this new energetic fire to create a new thing, because Mars in Aries says we are going to need a mighty effort to birth something out of the unseen and into the seen. Is what takes the most power. Like, when I was pregnant, I was so aware that it was taking a lot of energy and power for my child to build a body. Like, to bring something out of the invisible and into the seen is your greatest effort, right? So we did that when Mars was in Aries, but now Mars is in Taurus. And so what we're doing is we're giving birth to the thing, right? We've built it on the inside, but now we're going to give birth to it. So whatever's coming up in your life is what you've been focusing on for the last several years, not several years, for the last like 6 months or so. So if you're experiencing more fear, more trauma, it's because that's where your focus has been for the last 6 months or so. But now we are in where we're bringing it to reality, right? And today, Mars is at the 6th degree of Taurus. And the 6th degree of Taurus, 6 degrees is regeneration, and Taurus is the earth realm, right? So literally, we are regenerating our earth, how we have been showing up in the earth realm. We are creating a new way to generate our power in the earth realm. So I'm going to share with you how this is for me, because it's a deeply internal thing, right? And we're not taught this stuff. We don't often believe it. We don't trust ourselves because we don't understand how we're made. We don't understand that we're energetic beings. We don't understand that our energy is being siphoned off. So I just want to share to help you understand how I'm working with this energy. And the reason that I'm working from this place is because Pluto has been in Capricorn, which means the new systems are being erected, right? And the systems, first and foremost, are in our thought processes, right? So I've been having to look at how I have been giving my power away. Where have I been giving my power to? What's been getting my energy? What's been getting my attention? So that I could then, because wherever you give your power is really your identity, right? So if you give it to worry, if you give it to relationships, if you give it to not having enough, if you give it to, any story you're telling in your mind, you have to see if that story drains you or if that story empowers you. So I have been giving my power away to this idea that I don't really get what I need, that my needs are not met, that I am not enough, that what I have and what I receive is dangerous. Like, that was my patterning because of my early childhood trauma, right? So I have been looking to see in my life, where have I been siphoning my power off, and where I see that I have been doing it, like I've been talking to you guys about this predator energy. And we take on patterns from our family, right? Who I have been up till now is something I inherited from my mother, and she inherited from her mother, and she inherited from her mother. And we pass it on through this internal reality, through the womb space, and then we play it out in our own lives as women, right? And so how we do that is by giving our energy over. So one of the things that I see is that I just give myself away. I'm just like, yes, like if I become enamored with somebody, or if I really think somebody's really significant or whatever, I will just give everything with no expectation of anything in return, which is what the feminine does, which is what my mother did, right? That's sort of the way. Yes, she was a prostitute. Yes, that showed up with sex, but what it really was her giving her most valuable assets over without understanding her own power. Somebody else was siphoning her power, my father. And so by the time she got to be old enough where she could generate her life, my father had usurped all of her power. And so I have that same pattern that goes on. And so I am literally pulling that power back, seeing where I do it, checking myself, looking at the stories that I tell that make me a victim. He did that, he did this, he's doing that, I feel this. No, he didn't do anything. You created the opening for him to come in. You created the opening for this experience to happen. Why did you create that opening? Where does that live inside of you? Like I'm saying, if I go out and I experience somebody, if somebody rapes me, then I'm going to ask, where do I live in the experience that I am a victim? And where am I energetically creating this energy from? Because as the feminine, we are the generators of the material realm. We create from inside of us the external experience. So whatever's going on to us externally is what we then have created internally. And that is a really hard thing to get, but that is how this shit works, okay? So Mars at the 6th degree of Taurus. Taurus, the earth realm. Taurus, silence, feeling, sensory. You get to feel into a new way of being. Like, you see the behavior. So that's what I'm doing. I see the behavior. Mars is also our sexuality, our attraction. Taurus is how that energy, it's our attention. What you give your attention to is what you're creating, right? So literally, I see how my attention, my energy, my sexuality has been intertwined in this giving of my power without even owning it. And now, because it's the 6th degree, I am literally perceiving a new way. I'm asking, is there a new way to do this? Is there a new, and I'm forgiving myself and I'm loving myself and I'm doing the steams and I'm bathing and I'm literally cultivating a new energy because I am creating new pathways in my brain and my body that then will show up as new pathways in my experience. The moon today is at the 15th degree of Aries, and the Aries energy is that warrior energy. It's beginning, which means that you need a lot of energy. You need a lot of energy, and we're in the dead of winter, so we don't have a lot of energy, right? So we have to really be pure and clean. Turn everything off. Don't talk to people who drain your energy. Don't give your energy to anything. Just see what's going on inside of you. At the 15th degree, it's resistance, right? So it's like, where does the resistance show up? Where does, like, if you have an intention, where do you get lost when where does that intention fall away? Where do you lose it? Where do you meet a force that feels greater than your own power? And be present to that and ask for yourself to just come back to what it is that you're truly up to, because resistance helps us build our power. It helps us get stronger in our resolve. So don't make the resistance wrong. Don't make it wrong. Whatever shows up that gets your attention, that snatches, notice it though. And how long do you get, somebody might distract you and you get angry. Something might, come and you go off to that. Notice how long, and then come back to your resolve, to yourself, with love and gratitude, and knowing that you have the power to stay the course. All right, y'all. I am so excited. We are here. This energy is moving forward. I really do. If you are here with me in this new space, just leave in the comment, I'm here with you. Let me say, something's been happening here on social media, so I'm having some little interesting technical things. But please leave a comment saying that you are here. Thank you to everyone who's already registered for the class. there are about 10 or 12 of us already here. I would love to have hundreds of us here in this class, because the more of us that are doing this work together, the more powerful, the more our power will be cultivated together. And so I encourage you to register. It's $97 a month, which is a very minimal contribution to your own transformation during this very illuminating, highly charged time on the planet. Peace and blessings, you all. Have a wonderful day.